Breaking news out of Israel. Ben-Gvir woke up this morning, went to his bathroom, and violently brushed his teeth. The horror! Toothbrush lives matter. How terrible, it was incredible. Then he went to the kitchen and ignited the flames of his gas stove so that he could make coffee, fanning the flames of destruction for all kitchen appliances everywhere. Oh my word, why is no one speaking out against this man? Crazy, I know. It's literally ridiculous. And every time the Jews go to their holiest site, that's how the world reacts. Visiting Temple Mount, Ben-Gvir says his policy is to allow Jewish prayer there. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir repeated his message that his policy is to allow Jewish prayer at the Temple Mount. This goes against the unwritten status quo governing the site. We are on the 9th of Av, the Temple Mount, coming to mark the destruction of the temple, he said. It needs to be said with sincerity, there is very significant progress here in the governance, in the sovereignty. As I have said, our policy is to enable prayer. Jews are heard loudly praying next to him, and footage shows Jews prostrating in his presence on the floor whilst praying. He also calls for getting Hamas down on its knees in Gaza instead of going to summits in Doha and Cairo to have talks. In all the previous times, Ben-Gvir has said he allows Jews to pray at the Flashpoint site. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has clarified that the status quo hasn't changed. He did then later on come out and do exactly that again. Saudi Arabia condemns the provocative Israeli intrusion into Al-Aqsa Mosque, i.e. the Temple Mount. The Saudi Foreign Ministry on Tuesday called the Israelis' move a flagrant violation of the mosque and reiterated its call for respecting the historical status quo. The kingdom condemns in the strongest terms the flagrant and continuous storming of Al-Aqsa Mosque by Israeli occupation officials and settlers, the ministry said. They reiterated the need to respect religious sanctuaries, warning the Tel Aviv regime against the continuous violation of international law and of Jerusalem's historical status quo and the provocation of millions of Muslims across the world. By going to your holiest Jewish site and praying, not assaulting anyone, not throwing rocks, not burning anything, not having weapons, not nothing. Just by praying to God. You are storming the site and upsetting the status quo and ruining the historic status of Jerusalem, which is history is actually all about Israel and God and not about Islam and the Muslims. You see how upside down and twisted the world is? Even that nation they seek to destroy and wipe out and erase from existence. They want their history to be their own. It's ridiculous. So the next time you go buy bread, you are storming the grocery store violently, and it should be stopped immediately. Really? Really? In the words of Joe Biden, come on, man.